Let's go live. Let's go live. Can someone tell J-Lo, can I sample that song? Guys, welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Look, loud and clear. This is our weekly recap of Vanderpump Rules season 10. But if this is your first time, someone said impatiently, Julie, impatiently waiting. This is where we talk about season 10, but I also talk about all of what I've been watching in the early seasons, because as you know, I wasn't a watcher. So I'm watching it now, and I'm loving it in both good ways and in bad ways. But it still keeps my attention more than Summer House, more than some of these other shows. So wait, is that true? Did someone just I just saw some news. This is not CNN, but I'll read about that later. Anyways, this is our weekly recap of Vanderpump Rules, along with the Vanderpump news. We will also be talking about that, and we'll be talking about some of what's been going on in the early seasons. So let's first start with the news, because I think that's important. So there are a couple of things that came out. First of all, congratulations to Ariana. We talked about this last week, that she got this new job, Lifetime role on the Lifetime channel with Megan Good. So she's away filming that. And this mother father had Raquel at their house, the house that they share together. He's got to be kidding me. Really? Where is that article? He's got to be kidding me. The amount of disrespect. And look, I know she's been over there before, but yeah, we didn't know what she was over there for before. Every time I look at Tom Sandoval, I'm like, because you know, we did this little TikTok story about him possibly smelling or having an odor. So now every time I look at him, that's what I think of. So earlier today, the Page Six reported, they said Vanderpump Rules star Raquel Leviss was caught leaving Tom Sandoval's home on Wednesday afternoon while Ariana Madix was out of town. We already know Ariana and Tom Sandoval are over, but they still have this beautiful home. Their home, of all the cast members, they have probably the most beautiful home, besides, of course, Lisa Vanderpump. They have a really nice home. And now they have to figure that whole situation out now that they're broken up. So they said, despite initial speculation that Leviss stayed the night at her lover's abode, which he purchased with Madix, a rep for Sandoval tells us Raquel certainly did not sleep over. What's she doing over there anyway? You are the other woman. Stay where you got a place. You got a little tree house over there. Why are you here? I'm just asking. It's just so disrespectful. Look, even if you're going to be embarking on a relationship with, I can't stand her voice. I'm sorry. Okay. This is my recap. I can say what I want. Okay, not whatever I want, but you know what I'm saying. Her voice is annoying. Anyone else? Her voice is annoying. And you know, and I've never really loved the vocal fry, but her vocal fry is even worse. We'll get back to that. So they write this. They said the rep continues. She stopped by to Tom's house on the way to her interview for Vanderpump Rules at Evolution on Wednesday afternoon. The former beauty queen, looked unbothered as she was photographed, of course, leaving the home and getting into a black car, which appeared to be a Lyft, as she had the app open on her phone. You guys are just too nosy. I appreciate it, though. So it's just the optics of this. And I know, look, at the end of the day, it's not even just about optics. Like, girl, Ariana has been such a good friend to you. Even in this latest episode of Vanderpump Rules, Ariana is still trying to support this girl despite how Lala feels about her. And she says, what's vocal fry? Well, I'll show you. This is vocal fry. Can you imagine if I spoke like this the entire Vanderpump Rules recap? Speaking of Lala, Send It to Daryl came. And it's on the back too, y'all. This is not gonna work. It's on the back. Can y'all see? But I wish it didn't say Lala Kent under it. But I'll deal. Shout out to Lala. I'm on season 4. I'm on season 4 of Vanderpump Rules in my early watch. And this is the season Lala comes. All right. April says, please don't. Okay. What? You don't like my vocal fry? Really? I mean, that's what I can appreciate about Lala. She doesn't have that vocal fry. At least not. I'm not yet to her in season 4, but and honestly, her Rachel vocal fry is a little different. Because some people have the vocal fry and at least they have some sense. I don't think she has sense. I like the thank you. I got it too big though. It's not like I'm going to be wearing this outside though. I'm wearing this for the recap. Tax write-off. That's it. I'm not wearing this outside. Send it to Daryl and people can be like, who's Daryl? New Yorkers are not watching Vanderpump Rules. Okay, some are. Look. Okay. So we have that news that Raquel was photographed leaving Tom Sandoval's home that he shares with Ariana. And Ariana is away filming for this Lifetime movie with Megan Good. It's just weird. Like, girl, you're already considered the mistress. Why are you even going there? And you really think, look, I wouldn't be surprised if Raquel and Rachel and Tom Sandoval have a relationship. You know why? I wouldn't be surprised at that. Because this is what he does. The only reason why he moved on from Kristen in those early seasons, this is why it's so beneficial that I'm watching the old seasons. The only reason why he moved on from Kristen, because remember he had that on again, off again toxic relationship with Kristen. Kristen in season 3, although, look, strange, I could never be her friend. I don't think she's changed, because if you're that level of that doesn't change. I don't believe she's changed or grown or evolved from that. She was damn dirty when she was acting like that. How much could she have changed? So we see with Tom Sandoval, he moved on from that toxic relationship with Kristen to a relationship with Ariana. Although it's not toxic, you could see the cracks in season 10 that they're not the happiest. You can see the cracks. But it's okay. You know, after being together for like 10 years, things happen. Doesn't mean that you necessarily break up with someone or cheat on someone. Oh, wait. Tom Sandoval also has an annoying voice. Come on. Can we talk about it? It's not even a vocal fry. I have to listen to it more because it's almost like Revenge of the Nerds. He doesn't look like a nerd. You know what I mean? But it almost, like, I have to get nasally with it. It's like really, I gotta work on my Tom Sandoval voice. But it's annoying too. You know who else is annoying? Jax. Look, I'm watching the old seasons. First of all, Jax's mother, I meet her in season 4. Lovely woman. But that son of hers, we talked about this last week about his relationship with John from Miami in the reunion. We didn't talk about this because I just watched the reunion for season 3. He talked about, no, we never hooked up. Have we kissed on the mouth? Yes, I've kissed my gay friends on the mouth. Do you punch your gay friends? Oh. I think we talked about this on Adam's channel. I'm just saying. Yeah, thank you, Heather. She says it's a little lispy, nasaling. That's what Tom Sandoval's voice is like. So far, Here's the thing with Tom Schwartz. Tom Schwartz, I can see why you guys don't see it for him. I can see why you all think this relationship was toxic and they should never walk down the aisle. But there's still like this level of love between him and Katie. But I get why Katie's just like, you're not going to grow up. I need someone that's grown. He's never going to grow up. Ever. And I see why you all have this sort of like love-hate relationship with Katie throughout the seasons. I don't hate her in season 3. I don't love her either. You know who I didn't like in season 3? I mean, no, it's not I didn't like her. Why? When does Stassi get fired? Because in season 3, she's barely there. She's not even working at SUR. And the entire cast seems to turn on her in season 3. So how does she make a comeback? I guess I'll see in season 4. And Peter's still Peter. Peter really works there. And him flirting with Vale in season 3, I was just like, Peter's cute though. Peter was all in my comments. I know I mentioned this last week. I'm going to keep mentioning it. He was all in my comments the other day, responding to people. Because you remember I did that video talking about how Peter, needs a stylist. Like I see the potential, like a hairstylist and the clothes. Like he's a cute guy. And he also seems like he's a decent guy, unlike the guys on this cast. Has Peter cheated on a girlfriend in the past? I want to know. I mean, I know he's dated everyone. But dating someone and clearly saying we're dating, we're hanging out, that's different than dating someone and cheating on them or being toxic or being a Jax. You're not going to sit here and tell me that Jax is not cheating on Brittany currently. You're not going to tell me that. You're telling me that a leopard changes its spots. Look. I believe he's the same. And he was on the red carpet. He talked about how Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval apparently got into a scuffle. No, that's not the word he used. But a fight, like a physical fight at the reunion. Sonia says Peter is the dorm RA. He really is. I like Peter. Eileen says, I don't think Peter is cute, which is fine. You don't have to. I think Peter is cute. I think Peter has potential. But even without potential, him in the early seasons, even with him with his ponytail, to me, he's a cute guy. And I also like his personality, unlike some of the other guys that are part of this cast. Peter is who he is. Jax tries to pretend like he's a relationship guy, that he loves people when he really doesn't. Tom Sandoval probably really is the sneaky link, though. Tom Sandoval is definitely I don't think he bamboozled the audience, but I don't think people thought he was as bad or if not worse than Jax. I don't know if he's worse than Jax. What he did may have been probably worse than what Jax has done, but Jax has done this many times. Many times. But then again, a word on the street that Tom Sandoval allegedly had multiple mistresses. Does Raquel think she's the only one? She probably does. Raquel likes, she's looking up at the stars. She doesn't know what's going on, which is okay. Sarah says, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on, y'all. Sarah says that Peter remains consistent. What is that? Consistent throughout the season. Sus. Damn. Come on, poor Peter. Woo, Peter. I mean, I have to say, when I saw Peter responding to people in the comment section about what I reported on, my watch of him on the show, I was sort of like, oh, Peter's a little bit of a prick. Look, he's a little bit of just his responses. I was just like, I mean, he wasn't saying anything to me. I forgot what he said to me. He did leave a comment about what I said. I don't know. Look, but heterosexual men can be that way. I keep telling heterosexual men, y'all better get y'all some gay friends. I know, he probably has plenty of gay friends. He works in WeHo. I'm just saying. Justin says, make a woo 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 hooded Kempire. I'm working on new merch, y'all. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I just, like, I want to release merch that you guys are proud to wear. I want you to wear it like it is part of, like it's Tommy, not Tommy. Like it's a Prada shirt. I'm just saying. I'm working on it. Look, I'm working on it. Quality over quantity, right? Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Vanderpump Rules recap. It's a mix. We are talking about old seasons. We're talking about the news, the Vanderpump news, and we're also talking about the current season, season 10. So that was the story. So Raquel was caught leaving Sandoval's home. We also had, shout out to Scheana. Shout out to Scheana. And the reason why I'm saying shout out to Scheana is because watching these old seasons of Scheana, I literally just watched Scheana get married to that man in season 3. It's kind of weird to watch Scheana get married in season 3 and watch Scheana get married in season 10. Anyone that's been doing the same watch with me, it's kind of like woo. It's kind of weird to watch Scheana in season 3 get married to that man, and it was a beautiful wedding. Scheana was a terrible bride. She was a bridezilla. Okay, she was. However, it was a beautiful wedding. I love how they pulled out what's her name though, Tina. You know, the one black person that's been on the show since season 1, but you never hear from her. I'm just saying. But they had her working at the wedding. But shout out to Scheana. Shout out to Scheana because Scheana, the restraining order that Raquel brought against her has been officially dismissed. And Raquel did not show up. Rachel did not show up. So this is what TMZ is reporting. It says Sheena's attorney, Nima Ramani, tells them this isn't reality TV. This is the real world. And Rachel's actions have real consequences. Rachel, this is what the attorney's calling her because that's her legal name, filed a false police report, a false medical report, and a frivolous petition for a restraining order. He says Scheana didn't punch Rachel. Rachel didn't get a black eye. Scheana pushed Rachel, but only after Rachel grabbed her wrist, and Rachel did not suffer a concussion. Finally, Sheena's attorney says, when Rachel realized that she would lose in court and that she couldn't just drop it, she decided to not show up at all. We were prepared to expose Rachel's lies, but instead she will have to live knowing that she betrayed 2 of her best friends, Scheana and Ariana. Not the attorney getting into the mess. Because the Ariana situation it has something to do with the situation, but he didn't have to mention Ariana in his statement. Okay? He said, instead of accepting responsibility for her actions, Rachel shamefully tried to misuse our justice system to shift blame to Scheana. We are happy that Scheana is now vindicated. I'm going to ride with Scheana on this one, y'all. I'm going to ride with her on this one. So Rachel didn't show up to court, but Scheana did. And when she was leaving, she was speaking with the paparazzi. And I have to shout out. And this is what made me like Scheana in the moment. Because I'm having this sort of roller coaster ride with Scheana. I don't know how I feel about her. I'm like, But this week, in her conversation as she was walking to her car in the rain, what's going on, California? In the rain, and she says, first of all, she says a bunch of stuff. It was like a 3-minute conversation. But I love the fact in the conversation, she was like, the fact that Rachel misused this justice system when there are real people with real issues of DV happening. And then she highlighted a few different DV organizations. I was just like, okay. I felt like in this moment, this real moment as she's leaving court, I'm like, that's Scheana. Not the Scheana that we see on television, or at least the Scheana I've been seeing. That's the real Scheana. So this week I like you, Scheana. And Rachel, send it to Daryl. Send it to Daryl. Okay, Lala, you got my coins. LA says that Scheana is Lisa's favorite. Yeah, clearly. As you watch the episodes, you could tell. I wonder why though. Because Sheena's relationship, was she friendly with Patty Pandora? I know Stassi was. All right, let me take a sip, y'all. If you're just joining us, we are talking about Vanderpump Rules. We have almost 500 people in the building. Be sure to like the video if you haven't already. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. All right. Exactly. Thank you, Justin. Justin and Daryl got Lala's coin. Period. And Daryl's a black attorney. Shout out to the black attorneys. Just saying. Shout out to the black and brown attorneys. Scheana had a black and brown attorney. A brown attorney. There we go. All right. Okay. Can we get into the episode? I will probably go back and forth between what I'm watching in season 3 and season 4 as we talk about season 10, just because sometimes it's related. So let's talk about last night's episode of Vanderpump Rules. It was called, what was the episode called? Invite Only or something like that? All right. We're already mid-season, more than mid-season through. We saw the Vanderpump Rules mid-season trailer, which for me wasn't great. It wasn't great, but we know that there's some good stuff coming. Oh, I agree with Rosanna. Rosanna says, hold on, I already missed it. Rosanna says, Kempire, if you're calling her Rachel, then refer to Lala as Lauren. She's no better. I mean, and I did agree that I would start doing that, and I forgot. But she calls herself Lauren. I've seen recent interviews where she's like referred to herself as Lauren. I think even on this, not this last episode, but last week's episode. All right. Okay, Heather says Sheena's pick me era resulted in becoming friends with Pandora and exploits it season 3 and 4. Okay. I'm watching. I'm on season 4. We're making it through. So at the top of this episode, we get a scene with James Kennedy and his dad. And I know a lot of you said that James Kennedy is terrible. He's a terrible human being. Wait till some seasons, you'll see just how bad he is. Here's the thing. Always worse. I don't know how this man is still on the show. Right? How is this man still on the show? Not him body shaming Schwartz in this episode just because I think I don't know what it is. I don't know if he wants to be with Rachel anymore. I don't think so. I don't know if he wants to be I think he just is upset that somebody else might be with something that he had. And again, Allie, I know the group is starting to embrace Allie in this episode, and she might be a very sweet girl, but as I just said, girl, that's the mentality that he likes, someone that he can control. That's why I was so shocked that when we first introduced to James Kennedy, we see him with Kristen. I was just like, really? Because I'm watching season 10 at the same time, and I'm like, how do you go from Kristen to a woman that doesn't have her own mind? And then I remember that's why. He wanted someone he can control. So in this top of this episode, we get the scene with James and his dad. And his dad doesn't feel like James has an issue with drinking. He's like, this is what you do. This is what. Remember, his dad is from the music industry. But his mom has an issue with him drinking because, she has a history of, she has alcoholism. So he talks with his dad. First of all, the beat was beaten. Is James actually like a good DJ? Does he actually make money from DJing? Is he like one of those top DJs? Is he like a Pauly D? I'm asking because I really have no idea. Is he really DJing on See You Next Tuesdays? I mean, the beat that he created, because we do see that in the early seasons, him creating beats for Scheana. I was just like, oh. I was like, this beat is beaten. April says James' go-to is body shaming. He's disgusting. Like every time I watch these latest episodes with him, I'm just like, why does anyone like him? And I know you're thinking, who likes him? Apparently somebody. Why is he still on the show? Like, I feel like he goes too far. And I know some people are like, well, that's why he's needed for the show. No, I don't need this type of behavior on the show. It's actually uncomfortable to watch. I'm like, and mind you, Schwartz, look, no matter how you feel about Schwartz, that or his body, I was like, that is not fat. Okay. So James and his dad have a conversation. He's like, so do you like Ali? I'm thinking about proposing. And he's like, I do like Ali. I knew it wasn't going to work with Raquel. He's always talking about Raquel. He's always talking about, especially in this episode, James Kennedy is obsessed with Raquel. He's giving me Kristen from season 3. Anyone else? He's giving me season 3. Kristen, obsessed with Raquel. And maybe because she did she end things with him? It wasn't the other way around. Angelique says no, Paulie D would eat him up. But I just wonder, does he make good money? Does he make more money as a DJ than he does being on this show? Okay, Claudine says, James brings drama and I love it. Apparently, a lot of people do. I mean, I'm watching him in season 3, and he's getting drunk at Scheana's wedding, and he's causing a ruckus, and then Kristen, I don't know what she did. Slap him? I don't know. All right. Mavis says Ali is sick of it, too. Oh, she's going to definitely get sick of it. You see she's sick of it in Mexico at the end. She walks away. Oz Fly Girl says, James seems to be such a bad person, impulsive, mean, abusive, and a bully. You know who wasn't having it this week, though? Ariana. I just didn't expect that. Ariana's got a little bit of a hothead. Y'all notice that? Just these last 2 episodes in season 10, I feel like she's gotten a few little pop-off moments. Do we see more of that throughout the seasons? I mean, but even with those moments, I said for the most part, Ariana is probably the most mature amongst this group. Just saying. All right, so we get that scene with James and his dad, and them talking about Raquel and versus Ali, and if he shouldn't ask Ali to marry him. How long have they been together at this point? Not even a year. Then we get a scene with Schwartz, and he's saying that Schwartz invited Katie to this tasting. As you know, Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval have this restaurant. At this point, it's not open, and they're not open because their partner, Greg, wants it to be at a certain level. So Greg is doing another tasting. The food looks good, and Greg wants it to be an upscale place for food, which makes sense to me. You don't want it to just be a place where, let's go see the Toms. Especially now. At least if the food's good, people will come back. Well, who cares about Tom? The food is good. You know what I mean? Some of you said the food, I think at Pump. Did you guys tell me in the chat that the food at Pump was good? I'm not going to any of these restaurants because to me, that's like going to Times Square in a restaurant. I'm not going there. And I say that now. Unless someone invites me, like Lisa Vanderpump. I'm not going there. Oh, wait a second. LA Prince says, Kempire, James will grow on you. He keeps it rocking. Really? I'm watching the old seasons and the new seasons, and at this comment, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna keep an open mind. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it. This is on the move on TikTok says, I do not care for James at all. And that Ali should run. Just saying. All right, so Schwartz and Katie he invites Katie because, at last week's episode, Katie and Schwartz got into it because why was he involving himself? Why did Schwartz chime into that whole conversation? And I get why Katie may have been upset. Because you're like, why are you defending someone else? We literally have been together for years and we were even married and you still do not have my back. So this is where I feel for Katie. But he does invite Katie because they did make amends off camera, and she comes to this event, this tasting. And he says that he still cares for her and wants to be, he wants her in his life. I find it so interesting, that relationship. Maybe they could be friends, and maybe they should have been just friends years ago. Should he stop calling her Bubba? He probably should, because he's going to be like Frank on Real Housewives of New Jersey. He probably should stop calling her Bubba, because that's going to be uncomfortable for her new guy. I mean, he's moving on. Just saying. All right. Ariana, Scheana, and Lala take Allie to lunch because they're trying to, get to know her, and she's looking forward to it. Oh, at one point during James's scene, Allie's like, he's like, I want to see what you're going to wear. Let's just show me what you're going to wear to the lunch. Something about that man. Is he just trying too hard? You think that's what it is? That's why he's always dating and acting so lovey-dovey with Allie. Is he trying too hard? He's trying to prove something to the audience? Haley says Bubba needs to stop. That's too much for an ex-husband. Yazzie says, yes, no more pet names. Oh my gosh. I agree. I mean, I like it when I hear him say it to her, because I'm like, oh, because remember, I'm watching the old season. So I'm like, oh, when they were together. But then I'm sure as I get closer to the current season, even though I'm watching the current season, I think then I'll be like, oh, there's something about Schwartz, and I get why Katie decided to end the relationship. It's just, he never grew up. He never grew up, and that could be annoying. I've dated someone very much like Schwartz. I know. And you're just like, this person's never going to change. This person's never going to grow up. No. That baby brain immaturity, that's cute for a hot second when you're in your 20s. But when you're a grown adult and you're in a relationship and you need someone to have a backbone and a little bass in their mouth, in their throat.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? That's not gonna work. Oh, wait, he has a tattoo. Is he going to get the Bubba tattoo removed? I'm sure he will eventually. Look, eventually. Or he'll just tell his next girlfriend, I got that when I was in jail. Bubba was my boyfriend. Oh no. All right, so Ariana and Scheana and Lala take Allie to lunch. Ariana and Scheana are being, remember, they're friends with Raquel. So they're like, we're trying to be sensitive to her feelings. But Lala's like, in her confessional, I don't care. I don't care about Raquel's feelings. As you know, they don't see for each other currently. And then this leads to a conversation talking about Raquel, and she calls Raquel a baby prostitute. Lala does not like Raquel, and at this point, no one likes Raquel. But I still believe that Raquel was being mistreated by the Mean Girls when they went to Vegas. I still didn't like how they behaved. And I think they could have easily maneuvered that whole situation, and they could be on the up right now if they didn't treat her like Mean Girls. They talk about the whole twin flame situation because Allie feels like, I feel like, James and I are like twin flames, and what exactly, but our twin flames are a good thing? Isn't that toxic? Allie, woo, woo, woo. Look, I know this is a great opportunity for you to be on television. I'm not sure what she's trying to do in her. Oh, she wants to be a professional tarot reader. Okay, girl. All right. And James is obsessed this episode, trying to get Allie invited to Scheana's wedding. But Scheana's like, we are fully booked. I don't know if I can invite you to the wedding. This entire episode is James talking about Raquel and trying to get Allie invited to the wedding because Raquel's going to be at this wedding as well. So I'm guessing it's not just because Raquel's going to be at the wedding. He wants to be able to show off his girlfriend at this wedding. Okay. Shady, thank you so much for the super chat. Shady says, meet you in New York City and I'll rock. Oh, wait. Meet you in New York City and I'll rock a Amadero sweater. I'm not wearing this out in these streets. Thank you for the super chat. Jay, thank you so much for the super chat. Hold on. All right. Jay says, I'm not surprised that Tom cheated on Ariana. She said she had a phobia with her V, so they didn't have. She has a phobia with her JJ? He wants marriage, but she don't. Yes, we've talked about this a few times about why some people feel as if this is why the relationship was never going to work. He wants marriage, but she don't. He wants marriage? I feel like even if they got married, he would have cheated. Right? Anyone else? He wants kids, she don't. And he has always been annoying. Thank you, Jay. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, unsure what season, but she hates her. Damn, you all are talking about her for JJ. She hates her for JJ? What are you guys saying? What do you mean she hates her for JJ? What does that mean? What does that mean? Shady, thank you for another super chat. Shady says, Jack says he's matured. His loins objected, though. There's something about his energy that just does not vibe right with me. But honestly, based on what I've seen so far, I still like Jax more than James Kennedy. Sorry. But not sorry. Jack, thank you for the super chat. Jack says, Peter looks like he needs to be pressure washed. Come on. Not pressure washed. This is sort of move. Thank you so much for the super chat and for modding on multiple platforms. Excuse me. Season 4 was triggering in regards to how Scheana dealt with her ex-husband's addictions. Yeah, I'm getting up to that part because they did talk about this in season 10 about her marriage to him and why it ended. So it already kind of like spoiled what's happening in season 4 for me. It was dangerous. Peter, in my opinion, would hang out with Jax to get who Jax wasn't with when out in the streets. Oh, his leftovers. So that's what Peter was getting his left. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. He's not in a relationship, Peter, though. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, it's sad. Woo, 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 Peter. But Mama Allie, thank you for the super chat. She says, if Rachel didn't show up, then it's automatically dropped. She can be charged money for it, too. I think it's different in different states because they talked about this in Sheena's walkthrough. They had to show up in order for it to be dismissed. So, well, at least Scheana did. But yeah. Matrice, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you supporting the channel as well, guys. And don't forget, guys, you can support the channel by liking the video. Shout out to those of you that send in Cash App, Venmos, PayPals, all of those things. All of the links to support the channel and what we do are available in the description of this video. Hey, Janelle says Ariana's ex, allegedly a famous TV star on HBO, used to tell her that her vajayjay was ugly and terrible whenever she tried to leave him. He made her feel her whole body was terrible, truly sad. I am dumbfounded by that. What do we know? Allegedly, who this famous TV star from HBO is? I'm sure that people have speculated before. Is she in therapy? Because you can't go through your entire life thinking that your vajayjay is ugly. Therapy. That leads me to my sponsor. No, I'm joking. I don't have a sponsor for therapy, but I should. Thank you to all of you that give me the Cliff Notes. Wow. Damn. That's rough. Robin says, yes, I remember when she said that. What season was this? But that sounds to me like she should be in therapy. This has nothing to do with Tom Sandoval, though. She should be in therapy because that's going to affect whatever relationship she's in. and more importantly, the relationship with herself. Can you imagine every time you look down at your vajayjay, or look down at your private parts, and you think that they're I don't know that life. Awkward silence. Woo woo woo. All right, let's move on. So we have that lunch with Ariana, Scheana, Lala, and Allie. Guys, how would you rate this episode of season 10? Did I post that in the live chat? I don't remember. Did I post the hold on. I did. Oh, so far you guys are rated. Keep voting, guys, on if you're watching on YouTube, how you would rate this episode. But feel free, if you're watching on TikTok or those of you that are watching on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, let me know how you would rate the latest episode of Vanderpump Rules. We've included Vanderpump Rules into our recaps. Also, right before this live, we went live to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 trailer, including Summer House Martha's Vineyard, which is coming as well. So be sure to check out that video if you haven't already. My mods have been posting it in the live chat as well. The Heathers, thank you so much for the super chat. She says Ariana's past boyfriend told her, disgusting things about her vae. Ugh. Therapy, though. You think I'm gonna go throughout the rest of my life because an ex said, "Oh, your private parts aren't the cutest"? I mean, I've never had that experience, but I'm just saying. But if someone did, I mean, even if they did, I'd be like, "Who are you?" Matrice, thank you so much for another super chat. She says James became popular because he was an outsider that would call out the clique. Okay, now it's making sense. And read them for filth. Jax, bring me a drink. Pumpkin, legendary. Oh, see, you guys are giving me the cliff notes. I can see that. I can see him becoming likable because of that. I can see that. Now, thank you. That gives me perspective. That definitely gives me perspective. Justin, I'm just saying, I can't. Good point. Mama Allie says PTSD is extra when it's about sex or body parts. Therapy. Exactly. Karen says, hold on. Karen says that he's a serial cheater. Marriage would not change him. Nope. It wouldn't. I don't think so. All right. Yeah, I agree. The Heather says she probably has body dysmorphia probably from it. Again, therapy. Let me get a therapy sponsor. I'll get back to you guys later with that. Okay. Because like I said before, it's going to affect any relationship that she's in. It doesn't justify Tom Sandoval and what he did to her, but that whole situation is going to affect the rest of any relationship she gets into, woman or man, whatever. She probably needs to get herself with a nice stud, a woman. She's bisexual, right? To make her feel all like somebody to really just celebrate her. Okay. All right. Moving on. Let me move on because look, how long I've been live? Almost an hour. And I'm not even halfway through the episode. I do want to talk about the scene with Brock, Scheana, and Lala, because at first I was like, what is this going to give us? And it ended up being actually one of my favorite scenes from this episode. I felt it was such a beautiful scene because it gave me perspective on Lala's relationship with Brock. You saw Brock cut off his hair? What do you guys think? I think Brock's a good looking guy, but he's one of those kind of guys that looked good with long hair. You know what I mean? He's a cute guy. I actually like Brock. I know nothing of Brock though. So just keep that in perspective. So Brock, Scheana, and Lala have this conversation, and apparently Lala had called out Brock a couple of seasons ago about his parenting and him not being in his children's lives. How many kids does Brock have? He hasn't seen in like 4 years. But he says in this conversation with Lala, thank you for doing that. This is what friends, you need your friends to do, to call people out when you're wrong. And they have this really emotional conversation, an emotional moment. And I'm just like, I like the friendship between these three. Not Scheana says we're going to get us out like our own little house together and we're all going to live together. Oh, he has 2 kids. outside of his relationship with Scheana, because they have a baby girl together. Someone says 3. Well, 3 technically, the one with Scheana, right? Oh, Deborah says Brock is not a bad guy. I mean, look, I don't know. I'm just basing on what I've seen so far in season 10. I'm like, okay. And I like what he said in that moment to Lala. And they had an emotional moment because Lala was like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said what I said to you back then because now I have perspective because now she's dealing with Randall. Look. I still have my Randall picture. Where's my Randall picture? I'm keeping the Randall picture. Yep, look. Because I can never understand, Lala, why you went for this man. But you know what? At the end of the day, she has a beautiful baby because of it. Does she show the baby on camera? Like on the show. I know we've seen pictures of the baby, but does she share the baby on the show? All right. Moving on. So I thought that to me was my favorite scene because it was a sweet moment between 3 people that I feel like genuinely have a friendship. You know what I mean? And we know that a lot of these folks have known each other for a while, but to me, it felt genuine in that moment. The friendship that's between Scheana, Lala, and Brock. Because they all got emotional talking about their children, talking about, where they came from in regards to their friendship. I thought that was really good, really nice. And Brock says that he just recently spoke to his kid's mom because of being called out for not speaking to the children. I need more background on that. Shut up. Norma. Are you kidding, Norma? Brock has as many kids as Nick Cannon. You're lying. You're lying. Is that really true, or is Norma just being facetious with me right now? Someone says Brock is cheap. What do you mean he's cheap? I mean, that's not necessarily. I mean, for the guys on the show, being cheap is far better than half of the behavior on the show. Oh my goodness. We get to see Randall on Vanderpump Rules. Ooh. Brock is cheap. Oh Lord. All right, let's move on. So LVP hosts, because she really does love Scheana. She really does. She hosts a bunch of things for these guys, but she's hosted. This is what, I don't know, like the 3rd thing that she's hosted for Scheana at her home, her beautiful home. So she hosts this surprise, luncheon with the group, but she doesn't know it's a surprise. I mean, she doesn't know that it is a surprise. But then we find out that that Scheana has all of her friends' location on her phone. That's weird. Really? Scheana says that she wasn't 100% surprised because she saw her sister's car when she came in. Damn. I thought it was a beautiful, moment, but of course this moment is ruined by James Kennedy. James Kennedy and the things that he says to Lala, the things that he's just saying about Schwartz, because Schwartz and Raquel are hanging out, and he's just like this. Hating, I thought you moved on. You're with Allie now. Why do you care? And you keep asking for Allie to come to Scheana's wedding. It's like, it's so, and I honestly believe it's so that you're not there alone, and you want to have your girl by your side so you could show her off. Annoying. But the way that he talked about when he was looking at Schwartz and Raquel hanging out, he was like, go hit the treadmill. Mind you, if we were to get the weight of Tom Schwartz and James Kennedy, they both look like they're not far from each other in weight. Okay, that's what I was like. First of all, why are you talking about somebody's body? Like, why is that your go-to still at your big age? Why is it your go-to to talk? He's just, like, he turned me off this episode just in so many different ways. Tyra says, I told you James is annoying. Well, I'm seeing it now. Okay. Conchita says that James misses that toxic relationship. Becca, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hold on. Janelle says, Kempire, I sent you a link via IG about who Ariana's alleged ex is. Please hold. Look, please hold. Look. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. This is live. I know. Hold on. Let me look. Let me see what. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, wait a second. Y'all, if y'all can see my DMs. Sorry. People DMing me. Look. Wait. Oh, there goes Janelle. From Silicon Valley? Look, allegedly. I never watched the show, but I vaguely recognize this man. I'm not going to say his name. What's that makes him an Aquarius? Look. Janelle, is he an Aquarius? Give us the same. Silicon Valley. The show Silicon Valley. I mean, I can say allegedly. We don't know. No, I'm gonna leave it alone. Look, I'm gonna leave it alone. He got the nerve. Looking the way he look. But she got a type. Nerd. She's got a type. Like that nerdy boy look. Anyways. Okay. But those don't know what we were talking about. We were talking about the supposed HBO actor that mentioned and talked badly about Ariana's vajayjay. Oh, Pisces. Of course. I'm sorry. Ariana's alleged ex is a Pisces. Makes sense. Okay, we're gonna move on. So the LVP has a surprise event for Scheana. It's beautiful, but of course there's drama happening there. James, in his conversation with Lala and LVP, they're just sort of like, what are you saying? You can't say that. But he says those things, and I think because he hasn't been punished for saying these things from being on this show. Is he taken off the show at some point? I think because he hasn't been and he's still on the show, he continues to say these things. Haley says, take a shot every time Kempire says for JJ. I mean, I guess I could say the word. I don't know. I mean, aren't they all? Nora says, he's a Pisces and a word on the street, he is a freak. Norma, first of all, Norma, is an actress. So she lives in Hollywood. So really? Beverly, Pisces women versus Pisces men is a different situation. Pisces women and Pisces men are very different. That's the one sign where I can see the clear differences between male and female energy. Pisces women, I love. Pisces men, I mean, I don't hate them. Shout out to the Pisces. All right, let me focus, y'all. Let's move on. So Katie and Christina Kelly. So Katie is talking about, because their anniversary is coming up. Her soon-to-be ex-husband, Schwartz, is coming up. So they're going to do something in Mexico to sort of like celebrate the closing of their house, because now they're divorcing and things like that. So she talks about that with Christina Kelly. Remember, if you go back and you see like my first recap a couple weeks ago, of Vanderpump Rules, I said, I kind of like Christina Kelly from the early seasons. And now that I've been watching Christina Kelly in season 3 and now season 4, I don't really love her as much. I can see what Grace Report said, during our podcast conversation. I can see why she gives pick-me vibes, mean girl vibes. She kind of goes with the wind. I can see why people don't necessarily love Christina Lip Balm Kelly. I'm sorry, Christina. Maybe my mind will change, but no, no. So Tom and Tom have another soft opening. This is where we get Tom Schwartz and we see the buildup of some possible tension and flirtation between Schwartz and Raquel. Here's the thing with Raquel. I know she has no loyalty to Katie, but it's not like Katie stole your man. It's not like Katie killed your dog. It's not like Katie did something to you. Why don't you just respect the fact, you know what, she doesn't want anyone from the friend group to hook up with him. I can respect that there's too many men in the sea for me to, first of all, to cause an issue. But then we fast forward in time and we see that she has no loyalty to anyone, even if someone is so good to you, like Ariana. If she would cheat with Tom Sandoval on Ariana, then she really don't care about Katie. She really doesn't care about Katie. I just don't understand why she cannot, and possibly in her mind, understand that there are other men in the sea. There's no need to sleep with Schwartz. But she's flirting with Schwartz. They're going into the men's room together. I don't even care. James asks Scheana again during this scene, why can't you invite Allie to the wedding? I would love for her to attend. So pressed this episode. So desperate. Even Allie's like, I don't know why he, is so desperate for me to attend. All right. So the group finally gets to Mexico. I'm so glad in this episode that we were going to Mexico, because if we didn't go to Mexico in this episode, it would have been a lackluster episode for me. I probably would give this episode, I'm only going to give it a 7 because of that scene with Lala, Scheana, and Brock. I thought it was such a beautiful scene. I even like the scene at LVP's house because it's like, these people have been friends for a very long time. We were at LVP's house. It was beautiful. Here we go. Chocolate Chunk says, I was bored with that scene. That's where I fell asleep 3 times. Not 3 times. It wasn't even that long of a scene. It wasn't even that long of a scene for you to fall asleep 3 times. So that's why we're moving on. Okay, if you would like to call in, I'm going to drop the call-in link for, guys, for the live chat. We're almost at 300 likes. Let's get to 300 likes. I'll drop the call-in link for you guys. Members, I'm dropping the call-in link for you first. All right, so if you're a member of the channel, I'm going to drop the call-in link for you right now. Let's get those likes up, y'all. Let's get those likes up. Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Members of the channel, I am dropping the call-in link for you first. All right. And don't forget, next week, we will be having a members-only after show for the SWV reality show. SWV Escape reality show. So that'll be for members, Royal Court members, and Senior Royals. Sorry, Team Kempire members. Upgrade. Just saying. And Royal Court members, I'm just doing that as a little bit of a sneak peek for you. Just saying. And you got to be there live, because after the live, it won't be available for Royal Court members. It will only be available for Senior Royals for the replay. Okay. All right. If you are a member, I have dropped the call-in link. Let me delete the old one so you guys do not get confused. All right. And my throat is gone. If you know, I've been live since, 4 o'clock? I'm done. I'm done for the day, okay? Okay, members. And live chat, I'm going to drop the call-in link for you next. Okay. Ooh, what did I just do? Here we go. There we go. All right. Hey, Judy. Judy's in the chat. Judy's usually on TikTok. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. We're talking about Vanderpump Rules. Here's the final scene that I want to talk about. The group goes to Mexico. And to me, look, we know they're filming a reality show, so this is why Katie is there. You know Katie is not going to be a part of the wedding. It took anyone else to laugh to yourself when Scheana says that she had Katie move to a whole other tower in the resort. And she took away her members. What did she say? She took away her preferred club list. I was like, damn, you don't got to do her like that. But I appreciated the shade. because Katie refused to give up the room. But Katie's there. Christina Kelly ends up attending one of the dinners, and Sheena's like, "What is she doing here?" Katie didn't even attend. But we also get in that moment LVP FaceTiming with Ariana and Katie about their sandwich situation, their shop. That first of all, she plays it off like, "Oh, it's not happening," and then she's like, "You guys got it." So they have their shop. Yay! Congrats to them. All right, and then we get this scene because there must have been this situation that we didn't see between James Kennedy and one of Brock's guests for the wedding. He must have been really drunk. He must have been like, "Oh, I know you, man," and James Kennedy's like, "I don't know you." And then he body checked. What's a body check? Is that a body check? I've never been body checked. Don't even try it. Look, don't try it if you see me, because then we might be fighting. Okay. So he apparently body checked him, and it led to a conversation between Lala, Ariana, and James at the table, and it gets volatile. At one point, Ariana has to yell at him, and mind you, right in between James and Ariana is Allie, and she's just like there, just sitting there. And then when Ariana loses it, she gets up and walks away. It's like, and look, now my girlfriend has left. But he doesn't realize she left because of him. I mean, I don't really like an overtly, drunk person either. But do you have to body check someone? I don't know. Look, I don't know. But I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me switch out to our callers mode. Hold on. Let me switch this off as well. All right. And let me just say thank you. Sister on the Move, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Tom Schwartz reminds me of Woody Allen when he's acting in one of his films. Oh, you know what? That is a good comparison. You're right, Sister on the Move. And you know what's been said about Woody Allen for many years, so I'm a little worried. Thank you so much for the super chat. Just saying. All right. Let's get to some callers so I can get out of here and have dinner. Not to rush anyone. I am going to put on a timer, though. Okay. Let's bring up Nicole first. Oh, wait. Did I drop it in the live chat? I think I did. Okay. Let me bring up Nicole first. What's going on, Nicole?
Hey. See, why you got to put me first?
You called in first.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. I just wanted to say, I want to give a shout out to Scheana because I've seen her grow over the years. And I think her baby girl is such a cutie pie. She's such a cutie pie. And Brock, he's a shorter version of Jason Momoa. I know Lisa Bonet probably looking at him like, okay, she's probably reminiscent. But the thing is, I see with Scheana, honestly, I'm an Aquarius, I'm an empath, so I feel stuff. So you'll get my energy. But I think with her, she's grown a lot, and that's why she's treating Katie like that. I keep saying that. And I love the fact that when you see her with this husband, you see the real woman that she should have been before the first husband. Oh. If you get what I'm saying. Yeah. If you've been watching the shows. Yeah. You've been catching up. So, and then when it comes to James, I think it goes to the aesthetics of what Lisa Vanderpump is doing. Because James, with the dimple on his chin, he's chiseled, he's a handsome guy, but he has a lot of ways, like Aretha Franklin would say, oh, he's pretty in dresses. Like, that's all I want to say. Like, he's pretty in those dresses, but he looks good as a handsome man, but he's just pretty in those dresses and gowns. That's all I want to say.
That's all he has to offer, basically.
Basically. And that's why he picks the type of women he picks. And you can see he's very needy in relationships. And I think that's what turns, if you're a real woman, that turns you off. And I think that's probably what you're saying too as well.
Well, now you give me perspective. All right. Thank you, Nicole.
All right. You have a blessed one, sweetheart.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Oops, sorry. My nose is itching, y'all. Before they start the rumors. Before they start the rumors. No, my nose is itching. Allergies this week. Anyone else? Oh my gosh, now it's itching more. Like, really? All right. Janelle's backstage. We're going to bring her up next. What's going on, Janelle?
Bonjour, Kempire. Hello.
How are you?
No, I be sliding the T up into your DMs.
Yes.
Yes, I do. And check what I sent you before the thing you just read.
Oh, I need to go back. Yeah, I had a lot of messages, but go ahead.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought this week's episode was a good filler episode. Like, it wasn't boring, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I can't believe what just happened. It was a good filler episode. I think it's because the trailer hyped up the second part of the season. I guess people were expecting like all out drama, but like supposedly the drama happened before and after the wedding, like right before the wedding when Raquel disappeared for 3 hours. So I think we're not going to see much. I wasn't expecting for us to see much this episode, but maybe next week or the week after next. I mean, we still got this was episode 7 or episode 8.
Right.
So we still have like 7 more episodes before we get to Sandoval. So yeah. But anyways, first things first. Did you listen to Jeff Lewis Live's episode on Tuesday with Lala Kent?
No.
Okay, you need to, because she drops a lot of tea. Okay, I'm gonna give you the bullet points. Okay, first off, she said, one, I was happy she said that she knows she's an acquired taste. I said, I'm glad she knows it, because if she made one more Tupac comment, we were gonna have problems. So I'm glad she knows. And then she was like, I'm gonna reap the benefits of this. Send it to Daryl. I said, do it, girl, make that coin. I'm all for making that coin. Bonjour. And she said that she was always suspicious of Rachel and Sandoval. She was always suspicious about it. And she even brought it up to Scheana multiple times. But Scheana goes like, no, they would never do something like that to Ariana. She brought it up to Ariana. Ariana goes like, no, they would never do something like that. And Scheana goes like, but then because Lala kept saying stuff and because they were doing stuff at parties that was suspicious to people, and people always just chalked it up to they're best friends. Who cares? Scheana says there is that little part of me that thinks they're doing something, but I don't know. But if they are, how am I going to get them out of my life? And Lala said on Jeff Lewis Live, Scheana, I think it's time for you to start learning how to get rid of them out of your life, because I feel like something's about to pop off. So she said she was suspicious since the end of last season that something was going on between Sandoval and Rachel. And then, and because, you know why? Guess what the smoking gun was? At a party that happened after the season had wrapped, they were at a party and they caught Rachel and Tom in bed under the sheets playing around, quote unquote. And people were like, oh, they're just best friends. They're just messing around. They're just playing around. But Lala and Katie were like, that's not normal. Like, why are you in bed with your best friend's man playing around? That's not normal. But everyone kept telling Lala and Katie, you crazy. And now they kind of feel like they're redeemed, because like we were trying to tell y'all months ago, because Katie from the jump, I know not a lot of people like her, but she was from the jump was like, Rachel doesn't seem trustworthy. But everyone kept telling her she was being just a bitch. So anyways,
it could be both.
Exactly. And also Lala, because now she's watched the whole she said she's watched everything but the Sandoval episode. She said that if Rachel had never done what she did with Sandoval, she would have won this season. She would have had the hero storyline, because she explores like her toxic history with James and that relationship, and also finding her voice and standing up for herself. So Lala basically said, like, if she had never slept with Sandoval, she would have been the MVP. We all would have looked terrible.
Mean Girls.
And she would have been the star of the show, but she messed it up by getting with Sandoval. And she does think Sandoval groomed Rachel, because Rachel is dumb. She thinks that I mean, I don't know, but this is what Lala thinks. Lala thinks that Rachel was groomed.
I mean, he's quite older than she is, but still. Oh, wow.
Wow. And
Well,
I
now
know
I
I
don't need to listen to it. Thanks for breaking it down.
You're welcome. And there was one more thing I wanted to bring up. I'm trying to think because James, he slightly redeems himself in season 8 and 9 because he's sober. And also in season 8 and 9, he starts to befriend Jax a little bit, and that kind of makes him look good because anybody compared to Jax looks good. So because like Jax bought him like underwear and stuff like that, and I'm just like, okay, good for you, whatever. Like, who cares about your underwear? But go off. Like, cool. So basically, James, when he gets sober, I can say this as a viewer, he did look better. I still thought he was terrible because he's a deeply insecure man, and he is verbally, in my opinion, he is verbally abusive to his significant others. I thought that when he was with Kristen. I thought that when he was with Rachel. But that's just my opinion. I don't know this man from a hole in the wall. I can only go off of what I see on screen. So, and also I'm loving Katie and Scheana's petty drama. It's kind of like a lighthearted thing to the season, knowing that we know now. My whole season has been wrecked because of this whole Sandoval mess. Well, it hasn't been wrecked. I'm interested. Okay. And also go watch Scheana's walk and talk from the courthouse yesterday.
I did. I talked a little bit about it earlier.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that part. I was like, get it, girl. You better drop the names of the people who need actual help and people who be abusing this justice system. Yeah. You better tell them, girl. Walk and
talk. It made me like her more. It made me like her. It made me like her more.
What Nicole said earlier, Scheana truly has grown because she definitely had pick-me vibes in the beginning. And I think I truly think she was annoying when she was with Rob. You'll see that coming up. Lord have mercy, she was annoying when he could put up a TV in 7 minutes. I ain't tying him. Shut up. No one cares. Like, oh my God. And this man don't even want to be with you half the time. Shut up. But then when she gets with Brock, I really do feel like that's when she grew up. And also she's actually one of the few cast members who's good with her money. She did not go out and buy a bunch of stuff. Like, she really kept it frugal because I think she's one of the few cast members that knew, like, this is not going to last forever.
No. So,
like, you never hear about her not paying her taxes or putting her house in foreclosure. Hello, Jax. What's up? How you doing? And also, side note, there's a rumor that now that Jax and Brittany, the raise for Watch What Happens Live, went through the roof when they appeared, now Bravo is considering revisiting the Valley Village, Vanderpump, whatever series again that they had quashed when the whole mess with Stassi and Kristen happened. So. Anyway,
of course they are.
I went over time. That's all I had to say. But I always be like, what's up when it comes to Vanderpump Rules?
We appreciate you, Janelle. Thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye. Everyone else, you're not getting that much time because you see what time it is, right? It's late. But thank you guys. We hit 255,000 subscribers. Subscribers numbers are great, but you know what matters? Watching and engaging with the videos. So like the video, be sure to check out some of the videos that you missed yesterday and this week. It's been a busy week of stories. Stay tuned for what other things that are coming out on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. Subscribe to the podcast Kempire Radio as well. And for everything Kempire, head on over to TheKempire.com for our merchandise. Send it to Daryl's not there, but other things are. Okay. Tay Baby, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Okay. All right. Mama Allie, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Allie?
I knew you were going to get to me right as my husband brought dinner in. So I will make this very quick. I just wanted to say for everybody who's watching the whole Brock incident, and then you're going to get into it as well when you hit last season. Please don't judge him on what was said last season. And I only say that because I'm now going through something similar. And my ex is making me out to look like the worst person in the world. And it's not true. And oh my goodness, I finally understand what Brock was going through and how people were calling him this, that, and the other for being a deadbeat dad and all this stuff. And he doesn't pay child support and he doesn't see his kids. that doesn't mean anything in this day and age. I mean, it really doesn't. I haven't seen my daughter in a year and a half, so um, it's it's just hard. So please don't judge him. And I'm just saying that because my opinions changed when I started going through what I'm going through, and it is so hard to be the one that's made to look awful when you're not the awful one. And I'm saying I don't know if Brock's the awful one. I don't know if any of the rumors are true. But yeah.
I mean, I'm glad I got this week's episode though, because I think I will have a difference of opinion because I saw this week's episode versus what we'll see.
Yeah, and you will, because they made him out to be such a horrible person, the OGs, and I believed it too. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I don't want to go into details about this part of my life, but yeah, it's just like, no, come on, guys. Like, you don't know the whole truth. You don't know the whole story.
And it's an edited reality show as well.
Yeah.
Gotta keep that in mind as well. All right, Mama Allie, thank you so much for being here.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye. All right, Miss Concetiality. There we go. Concetiality. There we go. I want to bring you up next. What's going on, Miss Concetiality? What's going on?
Oh my God. Yay, you got it right. Hey.
Took me a second.
Sorry, I made that username in high school, and I've just never changed it. Yeah, sorry. Hi everyone, happy Thursday.
Yes.
It is raining here in Vegas. Our March has been terrible. I work at the pools, and not really getting the bag this month, but it's okay. Anywhoosie, my recap is very short. I thought the episode was a little boring, but I'm okay with it because we all know what's coming. So it was like, okay. I was actually like, since everyone's talking about like the growth with Scheana, I actually see like a really nice growth with Lala. Like, Lala is always going to be a little ignorant, and the way that she is a little bit, but I did really appreciate that conversation with her and Brock, like her holding herself accountable for saying something kind of vile, not knowing, like when people just, when people talk about people's families, it's just, you just don't know the full story. Like Mama Allie was just talking about, I'm sure she relates to it. I just have a cat. I can't personally relate. When anyone I'm a cat mom. But, when people talk about anyone I love, it's just like a sore subject. So Brock, I give him a lot of credit for being the kind of man that doesn't react out of pocket to a woman in a situation like that. And the fact that he like holds her close in a friendship, I think it's really cute. I really love seeing that. That was like touching for sure. And then I wanted to speak on me, just continuing to say how much I just do not care for Rachel. The fact that she is just on our screens so much because she is just playing victim of him and causing all this drama, it's just annoying every time she talks, every time she's there. I just find her annoying. And
Miss Conceiba, I have to let you go. I have a long line. I got to let you go. And you're breaking up, so I got to let you go.
Okay. All right. No worries. Thanks, Kemp. Have a good day, guys.
You too. Take care. All right, y'all. When y'all hear the bell, don't act like y'all didn't hear that bell. I got to go. I'm trying to get to all the callers, all right? All right. Norma's backstage. We're going to bring her up next. What's going on, Norma?
Alexa, set the alarm for 1 minute. See, I do my own bell. 1 minute. Starting now. First of all, I sent you an email. It was regarding the Television Academy. It's a thing about what's going on with reality TV, and we may have a writer's strike, which means there may be more reality production. Okay. Yeah. Now, I heard word on the street that Tom, I believe that he did groom her and told Raquel that he's in an open relationship. So it started off with, I'm not getting any at home. Her JJ is stanky. So I need... No, not that. But that he did kind of convince her. And so they were fooling around. She was lonely. He was lonely. And then it went into a full-blown relationship. Now, everything in the news right now is that she spent the night last night. Why are people so shocked? I mean, these are morally corrupt people. You think that now that the cat's out of the bag, you think now that the cast members have been slamming them and dragging them through the mud that they're going to suddenly have a conscience? No, they were sleeping in the bed in the house with Ariana in it. Damn, that was fast. That was a minute.
You still got 50 seconds. Keep going.
So Alexa, stop it. But anywho, so yeah, that's all I really have to say is that, I know people are going to come at me for that, but why are they surprised? Why are they clutching their pearls? These are people that had no problem doing it in private, but now that it's out there, they're going to do it in public. It's adding, rubbing salt to the wound, which sucks. So, and then tonight I'm going to the famous Canyon Club. I'm going to go see Macy Gray.
Ooh.
Canyon Club, where James met Allie, where he was kicked out.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
It's across the street from where I live. So,
and
I've yet to go to Sandy and Schwartz, but it's been raining, like the other caller said.
Oh.
And I'm so grateful you didn't put me on after Janelle because I can't do that. Ow! Oh, there it goes. Gotta go. Go eat. Everybody, hurry up. Hit the like button and let Kempire eat. Love you. Oh, by the way, real quick, you had me in stitches last night with a Real Housewife member, like Beverly Hills is going to be angry.
Oh.
You were killing me. Okay. Love you. Goodbye.
Take care, Norma. All right. We definitely got to do it because so many of you guys that watch, I think California's like our number one most watched state here on the channels. I got to do like a meetup in California. Heathers, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Heathers?
Hi. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Okay, now I've talked to you about niceties and things like that, so I want to get into a theory I have this live. And I spoke to my hairdresser, and she's a lifelong VPR watcher as well, so she was very intrigued by it. So I was like, okay, I need to tell you. So season 6 is when Ariana cuts off her hair. She cuts it to a bob. And the very first thing she talks about in her confessional session is how much Tom loves it. Oh, he just loves her hair short like that and everything else, right? And he's going down all the time and wants to do everything and blah, blah, blah. Well, it comes fast forward to season 9, going into season 9, guess who cuts off her hair and has a short bob? Yes, exactly. And it was April. What happens in April? Coachella. When was the first time that Sandoval put Ariana on his shoulders at a Coachella event? That was their first Coachella, and she thought he was so cool and just loved it, right? He did the same thing with Rachel. He put her on his shoulders at Coachella. They were supposedly the time he was kissing or she was kissing and stuff was at Coachella. So it's just like the planets are aligning for me with my little tinfoil hat, theory. But I feel like yes, he did groom her. Speaking on what Janelle and what Norma said, there is definitely like signs of it because she is either a single white female taking over everything that Ariana does, or literally he's doing this with her. And I do think that the mastermind obviously is him because we know that she doesn't have that many working brain cells up there. But I do think that he is playing everyone. And I think the 7 months is completely BS. I think they started this affair well into season 9, whether it was just emotionally texting and things like that, having this best friend and building like the grooming part of it before he actually became physical. That's the question I have. Like, when did it actually really start?
Damn. All right, Heather, thank you for calling
Thank
in.
you.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
That makes a lot of sense. As you said, single wife, that is creepy. Ariana, I would not even sleep in that house. I would be gone. I mean, right now she's not there. Easter, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Easter?
Hi, Kempire. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing good. I mean, before this scandal, I wanted this season to be the last season because I used to wait tables back in the day, and no one wants to see 30-year-olds slinging plates, talking about arthritis and carpal tunnel. We don't have time. No. But what I think is Sandoval, whatever his last name is, you know what I'm talking about. But Tom wants to be a replacement Jax. I know you've been watching the old season, so do you remember that scene when Jax and Sandoval was arguing about who was the top dog?
I mean, they argued a couple of times. What season was that?
Don't have me lie to you. I'm not sure. But
okay.
continue to watch the old seasons, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So I think that Sandoval, he wants to be a replacement Jax. He has this. All these opinions are mine, but I think he has his behind on his shoulders, pretty much. He's smelling himself, and the young lady. I mean, she's loose in the booty anyway. So I mean, it looks like she's giving it to everybody in the cast. I want the season to be over. I'll just find out what happened between their relationship on Instagram or Facebook or something else. Because yeah, I'm over it.
Okay.
And that's my time. I'm not going to take up your time because I need to go eat too.
Okay.
But I appreciate you taking my call today.
Thank you, Easter. Take care.
Have a great one.
You too. All right, we're going to end this so no one else call in. Ashley and Wendy will be the last callers. All right, so I'm going to bring Ashley up first. What's going on? It's Ashley, right?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you have headphones on?
Yes. Does it sound like I should take them off?
Yeah, just because usually headphones don't work necessarily good here.
Okay, let me take them off.
Let's see. Guys, if you just joined us, be sure to like the video if you haven't already. Let's get to, how many people are watching? Let's get to 400 likes. We're almost there. And if you're part of the replay crew, as always, let us know your thoughts, how you would rate the episode, where you're watching from, what you thought of the episode, what you think of these conspiracy theories. All right, Ashley, are you there?
Yes, can you still hear me?
So much better. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to say that people are not giving Rachel enough credit. We don't know her outside of being James Kennedy's girlfriend on this show. So her being in her single era and doing all these cringy things and, you know, Sandoval situation, this can actually be her and be her real personality, and we just don't know. So yes, Tom has this narcissistic complex and he wants things about him, and the fangirl aspect works for it. But I think Rachel has a bigger part to play than people actually think. I don't know if you saw, but just today I saw a TMZ caught her coming outside of, with her overnight bag outside of Ariana and Tom's house while Ariana is out shooting a movie. So it's like she's still enthralled in this relationship. It's like they don't have any shame. And then also in regards to Scheana, Scheana is still a pick-me in my eyes, especially with the situation with Tom Schwartz, pushing Rachel onto Tom Schwartz, but then trying to double down and trying to say that Katie is the one who told me I can do it. Katie's the one who told me I can do it. Instead of saying like this, saying, oh, this might hurt my friend or someone in my friend group. She's not taking into consideration anything Katie wants or her feelings. So why should Katie take into consideration of what she wants in regards to her wedding? Brock is still very cringy. He never really said anything in regards that was concrete in regards to him not seeing his children for 2 years that are in Australia. And then there was ABSUE allegations in regards to the children's mother. So their hands are not clean. And you know, if you want to see your kids, I agree with the other callers, things does happen. But if you want to see your kids come hell or high water, that's why there's a court system. You're going to see your kids.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, Ashley, thank you for calling in.
Good afternoon.
You too. Take care. I can't wait to get to that season. I gotta catch up. Look, I'm it's between working and life and trying to watch other. Okay, we'll move on. Wendy, what's going on?
Hi, I'm going to keep it real short. Okay, let me turn this down a little bit. Okay, so a fact, history fact. Tom, and Jax, they bought houses in the same neighborhood, so they're neighbors. One fact. Oh. Yes. And then another thing, did you not hear Rachel when James was going off on Ariana and Lala, and Raquel was like, oh, just seeing Allie over there with just seeing Allie's face as James is going off just gives me so much satisfaction. I was like the shade of it all. And you know what? Go eat. I love you. Bye.
Thank you, Wendy. Take care. All right. Let me switch this out. First of all, thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Speaking of super chats, thank you, Tay Baby, for the super chat. Hold on. Stephanie, thank you so much for the super chat. Stephanie says, Scheana said on her latest vlog that her Labor Day vlog made the reunion for a major reason. I'm considering going back and watching all of her vlogs now. because there's probably something there that connects the whole Sandoval situation. That will be interesting. Maybe something that's captured on camera. Let us know, Stephanie, next week. April, thank you so much for the super chat. April says, when Lala goes in on people, it makes me want to pull a Joe Gorga and ask, who raised you? She's so annoying to me. I can see that. Because she tries to act as if she's so gangsta, and it's just like, okay. Ariana has thank you, Jen, for the super chat. Jen says, Ariana has a lot of hangups about her body. I don't think her and Tom was having healthy sex. A lot of you have been saying that. You guys are giving me the cliff notes. You're giving me the cliff notes. MEP asks, why did Christina Kelly come to Sheena's dinner? Sheena wants to know as well. Hey, Jasmine. Jasmine says, Kempire, you'll see in season 9 that Brock actually took accountability for his part in the physical altercation with his baby mama. It was a two-way situation. I mean, I'm going to catch up, y'all, but it's interesting to get perspectives from you guys. I appreciate it. Hey, Carmela. We're about to end, though. Sorry. It's all right. Replay crew, we love you too. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to let us know where you're watching from. And don't forget to let us know your thoughts on the latest episode of Vanderpump Rules. As we said, this episode wasn't their best. And I can also tell that you guys are a little Sandoval'd out. But I think things will start to pick up interest and things like that as we get closer to the end of the season. We're already mid-season, so that will be interesting. But let us know. You guys determine on what we recap. I've said this before. If you guys don't want us to talk about this, we'll just talk about it on Tuesday Takeover. So keep us posted. Look, keep us posted because time is money. And at this present time, I'm hungry. So I'm going to go eat. Thank you to everyone watching on multiple platforms. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. Shout out to everyone that called in. Thank you to our King's Guards. We could not do this without you. Everyone have a great rest of your day. We're going to get out of here. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow for our Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip recap at 12. No, it's not 12. At 11:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to go watch that tonight and then, of course, watch it again tomorrow. I will see you guys then. Be sure to check out our Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 15 trailer recap that we did earlier. We also talked about the new spinoff from Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. So we talked all about that right before the live. So I am talked out. Talked out. Thank you all for supporting the channel. Let's get to 400 likes. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.